Dolphins versus Bills in Week 3 Thursday night football action. Joe and Jingles coming at you with our 4 best bets for the big game in Buffalo. Before we get into those, make sure you hit that like button right down there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right down there as well. Now then, let us get right into the action. I'm going to get us started here. Going to go right back to the well on one of my favorite bets since the start of last season. It is the Bills team total at home. Buffalo has gone over their team total in 10 of their last 11 home games, an average of 33.9 points per game. The number here is 30.5 against the Dolphins on Thursday night. So check out this history of just obliterating the Dolphins at home. Buffalo has averaged an insane 37.3 points per game in their last 8 home games against the Dolphins. And now the Dolphins defense is a complete and total joke, in contention for the worst in the NFL, 33 points allowed in each of the first 2 games. And consider the competition in those first 2 games. They made Daniel Jones and Drake May both look elite. Now they're facing the best quarterback in the NFL, Josh Allen, who has a history of absolutely eviscerating them. Let's look at some stats. Dolphins are getting killed through the air. 30th in yards allowed per pass attempt. Also dead last in opponent third down conversion percentage. They're doing a really bad job at pressuring the quarterback. I do think the Dolphins will be able to do some scoring here on Thursday, so that will keep the Bills offense aggressive and continue the trend of them going over their team total on their home field. Okay, Jingles, a bet in support of Buffalo. You have one in support of the Dolphins. What do you like?
It was ugly. It would be a lot uglier after week 1, but week 2 was a lot better in the passing game. Tua over 233.5 passing yards, minus 110. This is an 11.5 point dog with a near 50 point total. And this number closed at 250 yards in week 1 and 240 last week. And now we're getting 233 in a game that's could be a lot of negative game script. There could be a lot of garbage time for Tua and this offense. Number 1 team in passing play percentage at 72.5% on the year. And you're thinking, well, how much of that was that negative game script in week 1? A lot of it was, but it was also 71% last week in a game where they were down by just 1 point at halftime. The Blitz is projecting 66% pass rate for the Dolphins and 270 yards through the air for Tua, who threw for 315 yards last week on 26 of 32 passing. Buffalo defense, big breaks here for this passing game. Ed Oliver, probably not going to play here. Didn't play last week. Mac Milano, DNP Tuesday. Shaq Thompson, some depth at linebacker. He's dealing with the hamstring injury. Tre'Davious White did suit up in week 2, but he didn't play a full array of snaps. Like that defense to play against. Week 1 was ugly for Tua. 1 for 4 with an interception at 15 plus yards, air yards. Week 2, 5 for 7 with a TD. Going to be trailing in this game, but hopefully some garbage time yards gets us to this number.
We did see shades of good Tua there in week 2, so hopefully for you and your bet that will carry over to this game on Thursday night. Okay, my favorite prop bet for this game is a prop that I absolutely love. It is for James Cook to go over his receiving yard total of 11.5. So through 2 games, the Dolphins have gotten absolutely destroyed through the air against opposing running backs. They've already allowed 146 receiving yards to the running back position through just 2 games. That's the 3rd worst mark in the NFL. And it's not just a lot of total yards that the Dolphins are allowing. So the Colts and Patriots combined to connect on 11 targets for 11 catches, 13.2 yards per catch. So don't be surprised to see if Cook goes over this with just 1 catch. It might not take a lot of volume for this one to hit. He did have a massive game through the air in week 1 against the Ravens. He caught all 5 of his targets, leading to 58 yards. And he's also had success topping this number of 11.5 against the Dolphins. He's topped it in 4 straight against them. Last season, he had games of 25 and 17, 2023 games of 48 and 16. James Cook to go over his receiving yard total. Okay, Jingles, bring it home for us with a TD bet for TNF.
TD bets have been very good to me so far this year, so let's take another swing. We hit plus 250 Monday. Let's go 290 on Thursday. Dalton Kincaid. Yes, this is an offense that loves to run the ball in the red zone, but Kincaid is a guy who at this price is a buy, seen as low as plus 210. I'm buying this to plus 250. Ty Warren, 7 catches, 9 targets, 76 yards versus this Miami defense in week 1. The Miami defense currently ranking dead last in EPA per dropback and success rate versus the pass. Austin Hooper last week, New England's number 2 tight end. He had a good game as well. We got Kincaid here second on the team in receptions. He's gotten 4 in each game, so he is one of the few guys who's getting a lot of work in this passing game because there is a heavy rotation. He's getting red zone looks, which not everybody in this offense can say. He's one of 3 guys who's got a red zone target inside the 10 yards. And Buffalo, he led this team in route share last week at 71% and first half 78%. So when you look at the rotation, they have a wide receiver. It's actually Dalton Kincaid right now who's running the most routes. And I think at plus 290, that's an instant buy. Just hopefully we don't see too much James Cook in the goal line, Josh Allen in the goal line, but plus 290, I think is a better look than someone like Keon Coleman at a much worse price.
Okay, that does it for our look at Dolphins Bills on Thursday night. Enjoy the game. Best of luck with your bets, and we'll see you right back here on the Covers YouTube channel for all of Sunday's NFL action.